There was a car totally engulfed in flames. No fire engines or anything on scene, but I mean, it was totally engulfed in flames.
I could see a lot of smoke and I could see a red glow in the sky. Fires were raging all around us at that point.
There was ash all over the entryway and the driver's seat itself. And I was thinking, do I want to do this?
As soon as we opened up the front door, you just had the feeling that something was wrong. Our entire grass and porch where the tree that we have out front, there was tree limbs everywhere. And instantly I turned around to him and I said, there's a fire somewhere, because you could smell the fire. When
I woke up, I smelled smoke actually, and I went outside to check on whether the house was on fire. And it wasn't. I saw the moon, it was covered with an orange ball, so I knew there was a fire.
I was looking overhead to see sheets of newspaper flying through the sky on fire and being blown in the wind, and that was helping to spread the fire, and you just weren't sure, where's this going to stop? You know, nobody had experienced a fire like this ever in Sonoma County, and you know, it was just one of those unknowns.
I get to the intersection of Piner and Range, and there's a mobile home park there, and it was on fire.
There was fire going, or flames going across the roadway. I just stayed to the right because one side of the roadway it was clear.
I went into the dispatch office and it was smoky in there. You were hearing sirens at this point. You were hearing a lot of sirens. A driver finally came in with a brand new guy who was still in class. It was 2 days before they graduated. So they come in together and they said, oh yeah, we had to drive through fire down at Piner and Range. I didn't know it at the time, but that gun shop was on fire and there was explosions going off, and it was the ammunition.
On my way north, Kathy called me and I said, just get out of the building. I said, I'll be there in 15 minutes, just leave. As I approached, you could see tons of smoke and fire everywhere. I'm hearing propane tanks go off like popcorn. I was walking back from the buses after moving them towards the dispatch office when this police sergeant came zooming in the yard, and he said he needed 2 buses immediately for an evacuation.
And I said, sure. So he said that we needed to go code 3 because he needed to get me there as soon as possible. He had his lights on and siren, and we went through the intersections. And then when we turned up Fountain Grove, there were buildings burning all around us. And then elderly people in walkers and in a wheelchair came out, assisted by other people that were helping. I stood at the top of the stairway and started helping load passengers, and I started stacking walkers in the wheelchair on the lift to be loaded at the same time they were being loaded. The whole procedure took about 15 or 20 minutes, and like I say, there were brush burning around the entranceway, and there were buildings burning all around us, so I wanted to get in and out as soon as possible. Why did I keep on going? In some ways I can't answer that question. You know, I'm not a religious guy or anything, but it felt like something was just pushing me forward.
This was something that we didn't expect ever to happen, and it did. But the people here have always come together when there's an emergency or something totally out of the ordinary. Everybody jumps in and does their part, and they do it pretty well.
Everybody made it happen, you know. I mean, we all put in a lot of time. You know, the dispatchers worked really hard. We had 2 people evacuated from their homes. The other 2 more of my crew of 8, and they're on the edge of evacuation zones. We had supervisors that came and worked, you know, 16 hours after 16 hours. We got to do everything we can to restore service to the community so that everybody sees things returning to normal. Even if it's still chaotic, the community needs to see that we're here for them.
I'm glad I went to work that day. I'm glad for helping the people. I'm glad for being there at the right time, in the right place. And just looking around and seeing all these other people helping out, it made me feel good about people.